Hello guys, you're welcome to the second video in this series. So in the last video we solved this crack me, and we know that the password is super secret, and so when you hit the super secret, the password is correct. So in this video what I want us to explore is how to crack this binary file, or how to crack this program so that it can work with any password. So if I should just enter something like a wrong pass, and it's still gonna be correct, it's not gonna give me wrong. So this is gonna require that we modify the behavior of this program. And so how are we gonna do that? We're gonna have to crack the program, and how we're gonna do that is let me open up my Coder right here, and so we get started. So the first thing I want you to do is to make a backup file of this program, just in case something goes wrong with this binary file. We can actually have something to fall back on. So it's very important that you make a backup of this. So just copy and paste this and give it another name. As you can see, what I just did that here. So you can just do copy Nazm crack to Nazm crack.back, and that's gonna help you do that. All right. So once you've done that, then let's get started with this. I'm gonna open that up right here, and make sure you select load in write mode, because we want to modify this binary, so we have to load it in write mode so that we can modify it, and then just click OK to continue, and it's going to analyze everything, and then we're going to be put right here. So what do we want to do now? Well, what we want to do is very simple. We want to go to a place where how do I put it? We want to go to a place, or we want to edit this binary, and make sure that every time, no matter what password we check or we enter, we move. Where the hell is it? So no matter what binary we enter, no matter what password we enter, excuse me, so we're gonna go to this correct password right here, okay, because this is where the correct function actually happens. In the other side of the spectrum, we got wrong, so we don't want that. We don't want this red bad boy. We want the good boy instead. So how do we get to the good boy? Is actually we got two ways of doing this, or we got multiple ways of doing this. Okay, so the first thing I could do is I could move, if you look at this place, we're moving the password into RDI. Oh damn it, let me go back. So as you can see here, we're moving this password into the RDI register. I could also move this same password into the RSI register, which will make both of them actually equal to each other. That would be a really clean way of doing this, okay? And we can actually do that. Another thing you can do is you can also change this instruction right here, okay? To just compare the byte at RSI to the byte at RSI. Okay, so if you compare what is in the byte that is here to the byte that is here, it's obviously going to be the same thing. So that's going to give us the correct answer, and then it's going to go to the it's going to always go to the correct stuff. Another way to do this is going to be to just change this JE jump if equal to a jump instruction, and you can do that by just right clicking on the instruction, selecting edit instructions, and then you're going to see here I can change this to, this is 7485. Let me just do JMP, and you can see that that's going to change to correct func. All right, and once you do that, then if you run the program, it's going to always do that. All right, so I think what I have to do first is quit this and say close without saving, because I don't want to save that. And if I try to run, hopefully everything goes well. There we go. So just enter your password. I type some bullshit nonsense and I hit enter, and you get correct. So it doesn't really matter now what password you enter, it's gonna give you correct as your password. All right, so I think the password is gonna limit of like 16 characters or something, I'm not sure. So as you can see, that's the very short video on how to modify a program, and there are various things you have to keep in mind when you're trying to modify your program. Let me quickly open that up just to show you guys what I'm talking about. And also a couple of things you have to remember when you're working on Radar 2. So you have to be careful on what you're trying to write something on. Like for example, here where I was modifying the jump. So you have to remember a couple of things here. Let me just edit. Let me go back to the edit instruction, and you can see that we have a JMP right here. All right. So and you can see basically the number of bytes that is being represented here must be the same after modifying the instruction. So you cannot have like I think, let me see, move AX or whatever. So you cannot have a move. You cannot have this instruction, work on this. It's actually not gonna work. Okay, it's just gonna spoil. It's just gonna make your program work very weirdly. So you have to make sure that the numbers are the same, like JMP, JE. As you can see, they've got the same length or the same size of our instruction has to be the same size. I think that's technical terms they call it. So here I use JMP, now I change it to JE. So this was like the previous instruction in there. So I was telling you guys about another way to do this, and this is the other way. Alright, so if I right click and say edit, I go to instruction. So I could just come here and change this from RDI and to RSI again. Now if you look at this, you see basically you can see that, oh damn, yep, RSI. So you can see that the instruction size didn't change. Alright, so if I hit OK, did that get modified? I guess not. Let me check that. Wow, why did it not get modified? What the hell? By point out RSI. Alright, looks like that's not working. Well, I'm not sure why that instruction is not getting modified. RSI, RDI. Anyways, so if we do this, we could also let's see, we could also move whatever we move password to RDI. So we could also move password to the RSI. So let's do that. Alright, and we're gonna need the address right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take but we have to make sure that the length is kind of the same. So OX 402031 2026. So we're gonna change that. So that looks like the instruction length is the same. So we're gonna put that in there, and as you can see, it's gonna move password in there. And as you can see, automatically the analysis tells us that it's gonna straightforward move us down here. You can see that, right? So if we try this, let me just quit out of this first, and we don't want to save that. Hopefully we haven't screwed too much up, and I run that and I enter a bunch of wrong passwords, like wrong, and it says it's correct. So it doesn't matter how many wrong passwords we enter now, it's gonna tell us that it is correct. Alright, so in the next video we're gonna work on a couple of more crackmes. That'll be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one. Please leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and take care. Bye bye.